Blackstone Audio presents The Last Lion, Winston Spencer Churchill, Volume 2, Alone, 1932 to 1940, by William Manchester. This book is read by Richard Brown.
Author's Note. This work is a biography, not a history. The two are often confused, and understandably so, for both recount the past. But there is a distinction. History is a chronological account of prior events. Biography focuses on one figure, exploring the significance of his life by examining the earthly pilgrimage of a man, in Thomas Carlyle's words, or in Sir Edmund Goss's, by presenting the faithful portrait of a soul in adventure by life. In the view of this writer, there can be no enlightening life which does not include an account of the man's times. This need for context is even greater when the central figure is a towering statesman. It is impossible to understand Churchill and his adversaries in the 1930s, for example, without grasping the British revulsion against the horrors of World War I. If a man casts a long shadow, as Churchill did, extensive research leads to lengthy books. I propose to cover the life of Churchill in 3 volumes. 3 volumes is a lot, but he deserves at least a triptych if one is to meet the exacting standard set down by Paul M. Kendall of the University of Kansas. The biographer, he writes in Encyclopaedia Britannica, seeks to elicit from facts, by selection and design, the illusion of a life actually lived. Within the bounds of given data, the biographer seeks to transform plain information into illumination. His achievement as a biographer will be measured, in great part, by his ability to suggest the sweep of chronology and yet to highlight the major patterns of behavior that give a life its shape and meaning. My personal encounters with Sir Winston Churchill were confined to a 5-day Atlantic crossing aboard the Queen Mary in January 1953, when he was in his last premiership. Subsequently, I visited number 10 Downing Street. But when I undertook my present task, I was remembered by members of his family and entourage. Their hospitality, when I set about the 10-year job of researching and writing The Last Lion, honored me and moved me. Thus began the most ambitious literary venture of my life, which included taped interviews of such diversity and length that their transcription required a full year. Those are...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?